think the environment has to be
What you're saying is have a heart.
We've got to be able to regenerate our
There'll
economy.
be people who are kind, people who are cruel, but that's life. You can be bigoted about pigeons. I'm fine with that. What's wrong with Singaporeans?
You're also a reformed or recovered addict, gambling addict.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, to me, it's definitely the word addiction. Why is that so? It goes to all the race, right? For example, when I fly to any country, just like what you say, even I go to Egypt, they have casinos there. The Egyptians, okay, the Arabs, they are gambling big. The English, they are gambling also very big, you know. And even you go to like casinos like in Australia and also Chinese there are also gambling very big. To me, as I see the whole picture, it's definitely addiction, because this game will make you, it's very addictive. You just want to go into it, you know, and gain that kind of satisfaction, regardless what race you are, regardless you're from which country. When the addiction comes, you just cannot control.
Okay, let's go into addiction now. And before coming back to you for personal experiences, Dr. Winslow, how do you define, what's the profile of an addict? Are people more inclined to become addicts, or anybody is susceptible?
I'm sorry, everybody's susceptible.
Yeah.
Rich, poor, culturally.
No predisposition?
It just depends on what the addiction is. And don't forget...
Gambling.
Well, people get addicted to whatever gives them a reward. And it's the reward that they seek. And some people seek a reward of chilling out, then they'll get addicted to sleeping pills. If their reward is euphoria or excitement or thrill with gambling, then there are certain games which they will go for as well.
You know, I think blackberries. You can't let go.
See, no phone.
So anybody can become an addict, but what happens, how do you become an addict? So you get encouraged, you enjoy it, but not everybody becomes an addict.
Those people who win big from my client, what they will tell me is that, you know, how do you become an addict? I'll ask them. You see, because
they don't know.
I won one, when I went to a casino, the first time I went with my friends and just for fun. But then, as I bet, you know, I won a huge amount. You know? So that thrill, that excitement about winning that big amount, and get stuck in their head.
It's true.
So every time they go to the casino, and that winning, the time that they won that big amount, will always play in their mind. And even when they are losing, they still think, you know, I won that big time once, so I'm gonna...
The chasing phase.
Yeah, then I will chase for it.
Okay, share with us your experience.
Okay, same like what Pastor Philip said, you know, my first time when I entered into a casino, that was in London. From 25
How old were you?
Maybe like 19.
Okay.
Why is it that I was addicted? Is because they give me VIP treatments, you know. Usually the casinos, they got very good marketing skill. They know how to capture the clients to come in.
Yeah, but what makes them think that a 19-year-old air hostess has got money to lose?
No, you don't need to have money to win or lose. They just want you to come in, enjoy, you know, the service they provide. As long as you can put a £25 bet, for them it's fine. To them, it makes no
Okay, so what happened?
Yeah. So because of the £25, that night I won £7,900, and that's a lot of money. And that is the thrill that I got it. Because after that, when I go to another country, there are always casino there. So the temptation is really great. That's where I was addicted. From small bet, become bigger bet. That's how they lure your interest, and then you just, you know, attract into that.
So how big a bets did you?
After that, as time goes, my smallest bet become 1,000 Singapore, and my biggest bet I can go like 100,000 a bet.
You had the money, you had the...
Well, they will give you the
no, but
credit.
as far as your disposable cash is concerned, you could afford to do that?
Oh no, they have junkets operator.
No, but do you have the 100,000 to lose? Did you have
Well, we borrow from the junkets first, and we bet first before we talk about it, because when the addiction goes into you, the only thing you think is to win back. You don't think of losing yet until you really go into that. You see. So for an ex-gambler, you know, first thing you go into the gambling, then it's like, well, for this amount, you know, it's a win-win situation, or you know, it's a 50% bet. Why not? You know, I go for it. You never think of, do I have that money to win, to lose? No. No. You think of, you want to win more. That is the attraction that comes to you.
So, as a consequence of that, did you have more wins or more losers? What happened to you? I mean, what made you decide to go for help?
Like what they say when I went to the rock bottom.
What is the rock bottom? Tell us what the
Okay,
rock
my
bottom.
rock bottom was I started to go gambling very often. And
How often? What is?
Oh, as often as whenever I fly to any destination, the first thing I will look for is casino. And then even I come back to Singapore, I will go to cruises, you know, to gamble. And then
And what do you feel if you don't have that?
because I'm losing a lot of money, and back in my mind, I want to win back all my losses. So if there's any chance, any casino, any place that give me this chance to win back, I will go. That is the addiction. You just want to go. So because of that, gradually, you lost so much money. I started to borrow money from the banks, you know. I pawn all my jewelry, and then I sell off my house and so forth. That thing will come to your mind when you lost your money. Until to the extent, I really went down to rock bottom. I even went to look for methods, all kinds of methods. Any methods that can help you to win back your losses, I would just go. Like, you know, I flew to many countries. They will tell you that for Chinese, they will tell you, okay, this fortune teller is fantastic. Or you pray to that so-called God is fantastic, you know, 发财的. So you just go. Reason why you want to win back your money, and you want to have this method to help you. So you just go, because the addiction is really great. When you are into it, it's really out of control. You cannot come out from that easily. It's not that easy.
What made you go for help? What made you realize that you got to get out of that hole?
Because I saw rock bottom, and I saw something serious that happened during my gambling journey. Okay, what happened was there were four of us, all right, 4 stewardess. We started to gamble, and some of them, like because of gambling, the husband left them, and then they are still so addictive, you know, they couldn't take it, and they just don't care because they have lost so much. So when you come to a stage, you lose so much money, you tell yourself, anything goes. So they start to offer their
themselves.
Yeah. Okay. To any gamblers there. If I go to casino, I saw Chinese gamblers, I offer myself.
What, for money? To gamble?
No. Because it's so addictive, I just want to touch that chips and gamble and win back the losses. That kind of addiction.
And what do you feel when you touch the chips?
You feel good. You feel the chances is here. I'm going to fight back and win back all my losses. That kind of feeling will come to you.
There is a psychological basis for most of this, which is, generally speaking, human beings have something called euphoric recall. So you only you remember mainly the big win.
Yeah.
All the big losses. And casinos, and not only casinos but everybody else, all gambling outlets have to rely on that you do not remember so much all the losses and all the really big losses. I mean, you ask a gambler even, what was your big loss? They'll scratch their head for a while. Then you tell them which was their first big win, almost everybody will remember.
Yeah, everyone will remember.
And that's one of the things that causes, in fact, a lot of the compulsive behavior. You don't remember all the problems. You blot out in your mind all the issues and the things that are going to happen, or the possibilities, but you still remember the big win or the possibility of that big win.
Actually, when it comes to addiction, there are various stages that that leads a person to remain in it. Yeah, first stage is basically the winning stage, like what Dr. Winslow has said. You know, many people would have this tendency to forget their losses. But the big win, even it doesn't come often, but when it comes, it get registered there, and it stuck there for a long while, And each time, they feel good, and they want to go back to get it, And that is dwelling very much in the winning stage. But facts is that you can never be winning all the time, and so the more you gamble, you realize that you're losing even more, and that means to say that you actually have entered into the losing stage. And what happened after you have lost so much money? You don't feel that, hey, I should stop now because I have lost so much. But you tell yourself, I think I can afford another windfall,
Does it happen?
Only. Yes.
Do you ever strike it good?
We're talking about chasing backstage now.
It's true.
Sometimes happens,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Because
vast majority of the time
Yes.
it doesn't.
Because when you lost so much, back of your mind, you just want to win back. Okay, like what he just said. You don't think of losing first. You don't think of where to find the fun to lose. You just think of where to get the fun to win. Because back in your mind, you tell yourself, if you can lose so much, of course you can win a lot. There is a logic there, but actually it's not true.
Then when did you realize that it was not true?
Because I saw something happen to my friends, and then my conscience just triggered. Because I saw them selling themselves, so there's a voice telling me, I was at my rock bottom, seriously.
And you never thought of doing that yourself?
Almost. And that almost stopped me. Say, look, one more bet, you are there already. And that's the one who stopped me.
So what did you do?
So I cut off from that gambling.
Did you
then.
accept that you were sick?
No, not sick. I don't go to this place. I go to another one then. The addiction is still there. I'm not
So that's
sick.
not rock bottom.
Rock bottom, means that's not rock bottom, but the rock bottom is when I got no more money, and my mom got a stroke, and the airline didn't want to renew my contract. And one of my siblings almost committed suicide. Everything
Because of
just
you?
Yes, because of me. Because I'm the sole breadwinner, and everything just go haywire. It affects my family tremendously. That is my rock bottom. And I believe
Yeah.
they got worse cases than me.